I think the honeymoon season is the real fun season is the one we just had. It gets more serious and maybe a little more difficult, maybe not as much fun for the Buffalo Bills when we look down the road.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's more anxiety as a fan, right? Like the expectations are not definitely there. But that being said, I don't know how much fear I have walking into it based on a track record. Like Bills fans have been cautiously optimistic yet cynical because of the track record of the last 25 years. Yet you look at the last three, the Bills are going to have to replace a couple of players due to salary cap issues. One of them might be Matt Milano. One of them might be John Feliciano. One of them might be John Brown, a guy who's played a big part in this offense the last couple of years. But Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott and the rest of the scouts in the front office have shown the last 3 years that when they have a hole to fill, they can go out and they can fill it and they can do it in an economically viable way and they can keep pushing this team forward. Yes, there's anxiety. Yes, I know the expectations may be too high to meet, but if there's a coach GM combo that can do it, I think it's these two guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the offseason for the Bills. I mean, now Buffalo might be a destination for a couple of players who are looking to try to get on a championship team. They built this up, like you said, Duffy, going forward, and you've got the quarterback that everybody believes in. You know, Stephon Diggs, I caught a couple of interviews with him. He is glowing over Josh Allen. I mean, he was doing it during the regular season, but now he's putting it on a national level, and I think that's going to attract players, like you said, Duffy, that might be on a 1-year, 2-year deal, make a little bit less so they can contribute to a team that is supposed to go to the Super Bowl. I don't want to give you so much anxiety or Bills fans anxiety, but 10 months from now, there better be a game with the Buffalo Bills winning the AFC Championship and heading to the next Super Bowl.
I look at where the expectations went from the beginning of the year, and I remember we were talking about the schedule being so tough for the Western teams, and that the Bills this year could have been better than they were the year before, wind up 8-8. And they got 13-3. That's setting the bar, I think, Tariq, awfully high for next year. And the fans are going to expect it.
And players will be coming back. Remember, this was a year for a number of players that they opted out. So you're going to have a lot of players coming back, new players coming in, guys transitioning. I think we're seeing a lot of quarterback change over the next couple of weeks. They're still not done with that. There's a lot of different places that quarterbacks can land. So you can see a lot of shuffling. It's better that Buffalo is ready to go and has the cohesion. Remember, they didn't lose an offensive coordinator. They didn't lose a defensive coordinator. They're going to keep the same units going forward. Just a couple tweaks here and there, and you'll be right back in the show again.
I mean, good value pick, Pat. There's 16-1 in Vegas, which is like the fifth best.
Yeah, I mean, yes, absolutely. Fifth best, it's a good value pick because, I mean, the power rankings I've been looking at from a couple of different publications, I mean, they're listing them right behind Kansas City as far as the second best team in the league. Yeah, 5-1. I'm taking them for a Super Bowl all the way. But, I mean, look, I think Bills fans are also realists, at least the ones that didn't jump on the bandwagon the last couple of years. You're happy to be in the conversation. You know that there's room for this team to grow, and you also know what a juggernaut potentially Kansas City can be. Close the gap, make it happen, make it competitive. I'm happy next season.
Last couple of weeks, you guys have been bandwagoned up for the last couple of weeks. You doubled up on the bandwagon.
Yes, I meant to say weeks. Thank you, Tariq, for correcting me, and all you bandwagon fans. I'm sorry.
Are you buying a little bit, though, that the honeymoon, as far as the fans with this team now, is over? The easy part is done, is that they've established themselves, and now to stay there is really the tough part?
I mean, yeah, it's possible when it comes to wins and losses, but I think what this team has going for it is everyone on that team is likable, right? You look back to the Bills Super Bowl teams of the early 90s. They were the bickering Bills. You had Andre Reed calling radio shows on the way home from games, legitimately complaining about what his players were doing, the guys around him. Josh Allen's lovable. Stephon Diggs, who Tariq talked about it, they love each other. The whole offensive line are best friends. The defense is always smiling. Like, I think even if expectations aren't met on the field, like, these guys are either your best friends or your kids or your favorite uncle. It's hard not to like them.